I never imagined that surviving my accident would hurt less than hearing my own son say, "We cannot take care of you because our vacation comes first." Lying in my hospital bed, I realized that the money I had been sending every month had made them forget one important thing. Family is built on love, not payments. So I made one quiet decision. Within hours, their phones exploded with missed calls, desperate messages, and panic. What happened next changed our family forever. Stay until the end because the final conversation no one expected became the biggest lesson of all. My name is Daniel. I spent my entire life working hard to build a successful construction business. Every paycheck, every sacrifice, and every sleepless night had one purpose. I wanted my family to live comfortably. When my wife passed away several years ago, my son became my whole world. I believed that helping him financially would make his life easier. Every month I transferred $6,000 into his account. I never asked for anything in return. I simply wanted him to be happy. One rainy evening, everything changed. A speeding truck ignored a red light and crashed into my car. I survived, but I suffered multiple fractures and needed surgery. Doctors told me recovery would take months. From my hospital bed I called my son. I expected concern. I expected comfort. Instead, he sounded annoyed. He said they had already booked an expensive vacation overseas. His wife had planned everything, and canceling would cost too much money. He told me they could not take care of me because they deserved this trip after working so hard. For a moment, I could not believe what I had just heard. I reminded him that I was lying in a hospital after a serious accident. His answer was cold. He said I could hire someone because I could afford it. The call ended. I stared at the ceiling for several minutes. I was not angry anymore. I was disappointed. That afternoon, I contacted a professional nursing agency and hired a wonderful nurse who treated me with kindness and respect. Then I opened my banking application. I canceled the automatic $6,000 monthly transfer. I did not send a warning. I did not send an explanation. I simply stopped paying. A few hours later, my phone began ringing. One missed call became 10. 10 became 30. Soon there were more than 80 missed calls, and dozens of text messages asking why the money had not arrived. I ignored every one of them. The next morning, my son finally reached me. He sounded terrified. He said several bills had been declined. Their luxury apartment payment was due. Their vacation hotel had charged their card. They needed the money immediately. I calmly asked him one question. Which is more important, your vacation or your father? There was complete silence. For the first time in years, he had no answer. Several days later, they canceled the trip and came to visit me. My daughter-in-law started crying. My son apologized over and over again. He admitted they had become dependent on my money and slowly stopped appreciating everything I had done. I listened quietly. Then I told them something they would never forget. Financial support is a gift. Respect is a responsibility. If you lose respect, the gifts disappear. After leaving the hospital, I continued living independently with the help of my nurse during recovery. My son found a second job. His wife started her own small business. For the first time, they learned how to manage their own finances without depending on me. Months later, they invited me for dinner. This time, there were no requests for money. There were no excuses, only gratitude. They thanked me for giving them the hardest lesson of their lives. Ironically, losing $6,000 every month helped them gain something far more valuable: responsibility. Sometimes the greatest act of love is refusing to rescue people from the consequences of their own choices. My accident revealed who truly cared about me when I had nothing left to offer except my presence. Money can build comfort, but it can never buy loyalty, respect, or genuine family. The day I stopped sending $6,000 was the day my son finally started growing into the man I always hoped he would become. If this story touched your heart, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with your friends, and leave your thoughts in the comments below.